Welcome to another episode of It Takes a Viking, the official podcast of the Salem State University Alumni Association. My name is Mike Mitchell, Associate Director of Alumni Relations. Very pleased and excited to welcome our farthest guest in the history of the It Takes a Viking podcast from the class of 2016, Mr. Sidi Diarra. Sidi, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me here.
And where are you joining us from today, my friend?
Yes, I'm in Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, West Africa. Pretty
Aha,
much the
very good.
farthest
So
guest.
definitely setting the record for the longest distance guest we've had on the podcast so far.
Definitely.
Well, welcome to the show. We're excited to learn more about your story and how you ended up at Salem State. And that's always the first question we like to ask guests that come on as part of the program. How did you end up at Salem State? What brought you here?
So pretty much, I came to Salem State in 2010, and so pretty much when I got my high school diploma in my country, I wanted to come to United States, and my cousin they were in the United States, so pretty much they had the one who helped me, to get enrolled there. And yeah.
And so you come to Salem State from the Ivory Coast. What was it about the school? What did you study while you were here? And talk a little bit about some of the different ways you were involved, because I know you were a very hands-on guy during your time here.
Yeah, so pretty much I was lucky to already know what I really want to study. So when I was in my country, I was like, hey, I want to do economics. And the best place to do economics is in United States. And, so I was really lucky to start my degree there. I had like some very, very great professor. So I want to say hi to them. I really thank them for, everything you know, they give to the students every single time. So when I came in 2010, I pretty much got involved very early, and I was the event coordinator of the African Student Union. And then after that, I was elected president of the African Student Union. And the following year again, I have been reelected, president of the African Student Union. And down the road, I was also working at the Dean Office of Art and Science, and I was lucky to be in the Dean, to be part of the Dean Advisory Board of Art and Science for 3 years in a row. And after that, during my last year, I was lucky to be elected student trustee. It wasn't an easy process, and yeah, I got elected. I did my last year. I really learned a lot being on the board of trustee, and yeah.
And what was that final year like as a trustee for you at the university, and then as you prepared to transition into a postgraduate life? How did that experience help you?
It was just amazing. It was just amazing because as I say, I was lucky. I was lucky to be member of the board. Being on the board, you be with a lot of people who have really a lot of experience. They have a lot of experience in a different field. So um, it was very. I was learning a lot. I was learning a lot on the board of trustee, and then being student trustee, you have like to lead by example. So being in that position pretty much helped me to transition like on my post after my graduation.
And as you graduated from Salem State now, probably about 6 years
Yes.
ago,
Hmm.
what did life look like for you after you left school? What were some of the next steps that you took?
Oh, there was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened. So after got my bachelor degree in economics, and I went to California at Claremont Graduate University. I got my master over there, and in international affairs. And after that, I went to China actually. I went to China in Wuhan to start my PhD in land resources management. And after my first year in China, we everybody know what's happened there with the coronavirus, and I went back home, and pretty much now I already finished all my classes. Now I'm working on my thesis. Yeah,
And now, so you've studied economics at Salem State, international affairs at the graduate level. Now you're doing some PhD work. But I think one of the things that I was intrigued by, you and I got to meet through the mutual connection of our dean of students and associate vice president Sean Newton, who is also
yes,
a former guest on the podcast as well.
yes,
Um,
yes.
Sean was telling me about a lot of the great work that you're doing with a member of your family on behalf of where you live. Can you talk a little bit about that work?
Yeah. So when I came back here, I was my mom was elected pretty much a kind of a city, the city representative of the third biggest city in my country. And pretty much we started adventure together because I was the campaign manager. So we run the campaign, and thanks God, she won the election. And now she's going to the second year. So pretty much we have been working together to make sure that people get access to pretty much basic need, which is access to water, to electricity, and work to make sure that they have access to education and stuff.
And one of the things that prompted our meeting back in the earlier part of the fall was that you were actually in the States with your mom, getting ready to do some um, kind of advocacy based work and having a learning experience with the IMF down in Washington D.C. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, definitely. So I came to DC a couple of days before her because she's being chosen to represent my country to be able like uh, to have a opinion about like how we can manage more the money coming in my country and try to see like because she as a city representative she have a better connection with people. She's been elected with people. She's always in contact with people. So pretty much she's one of the best, or they are the kind of the best people to speak on behalf of people and see how they can put the money where the money is supposed to be. So pretty much the meeting over there at the IMF was about climate change. Uh, People maybe don't know, Africa uh, is the most impacted continent, but they are emitting like only 2%. So pretty much we definitely like try to make sure that all the developed country who are polluted more try to see how they can pretty much respect the engagement that have been taking first, and then in a second hand try to see how they can help more countries who have been impacted.
And now, if someone was interested in learning more about the work that you do or getting involved in the work that you do, whether it be kind of on the international scale like you are, or maybe on the advocacy level here at home, where do you think some good places for them to go to learn more about how to do what you're doing and being involved in that kind of work would be?
Or if the people really want to know more about what I'm doing, so pretty much
Yeah.
go ahead, please.
No, I was just gonna say if they're interested in international relations, international advocacy, climate justice, anything like that, where would you perhaps recommend they start looking to learn more?
Oh, yeah, so they pretty much need to pretty much go to the UN, to the UN sources, to the UN websites, to the IMF website. All those different organizations they have like very accurate information. We can really like give them an understanding, like a base one, and pretty much and then start doing some comparison. They need to compare different countries, different cities.
And as you look back now, having been out of school, I mean, out of Salem State for a little while, and thinking about your experience here working as an advocate for students as the student trustee, and now in your homeland advocating for the citizens and residents of that country. Was there any was there any time in your time at Salem where you may have come here? You say you came to study economics, right? But now you're in this new role and doing the work that you're doing. Was there any one experience for you or one memory from your time here where you say, "This is what I really think I'm destined to do"?
Yeah, so pretty much, I really need to say that my experience at Salem State University really, really helped me to be who I am right now, and really helped me to do what I'm doing right now. I have been advocating a lot at Salem State University. So I remember in 2013, we went to the State House to advocate, to try like to increase more public funding, you know, allocated to public institution. So it really helped me like to be more comfortable speaking in public. It really helped me like to be able like to write my speech, to be able like to to be more confident. Yeah, and then like in Salem State University, I started advocating for climate change. Yeah, during my third year and then my fourth year. So pretty much all those experiences really helped me to be comfortable in what I'm doing right now. That's why I really encourage people to start being involved very soon. It really helps you. Uh, when they start um, going to school, the degree, make sure that you also getting involved, because that one will really really help you outside of the classes, outside of the university, and it will really make you to make a big difference in your future.
And as you think about, your recent trip to Washington and now you've returned home and you've mentioned some of the initiatives that you're working on as part of the government work that you're doing there, are there any other longer term objectives that you're working on or projects that you're working towards that are very important to you personally? And can you talk a little bit about what those might be?
Yeah, so I don't even know how, but now I'm giving some conference. I'm trying like to I'm trying to inspire young people to be more entrepreneur. You know, so because in my country right now, most of the people they want to work with the government. They want to work in the public industry, but I'm really inviting them to be more like entrepreneur. They have to create more companies, because one of the biggest issue we have in my country is unemployment. Our unemployment on the young sector is very high, but the government will not be able to give job to all the different young people. They can't. There's no job. There's not enough that much. The solution is what we need to create more jobs. So now I'm giving conferences in different cities. I've been this year I already gave 4 conferences, and then I'm giving the next one at the end of this month, and then in January I'm bringing 4 guest speaker, 3 um, from California, and then 1 from Salem State University. This is a surprise. I will not give you the name right now, but you need to know that 1 guest speaker is coming from Salem State University. I can't do that big conference without someone from Salem State University. So, and yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to inspire young folks here to create jobs, to be part of the development, part of the change. They don't have to sit and wait for someone to make the change. They have to be an actor. They have to be the people who can make the change.
Being the change you wish to see in the world. It
Yes,
sounds like that's exactly what you're embodying, my friend. So,
yes.
um, the last question I want to ask you, and you've touched on this a little bit already, but um, we always like to ask this to everyone who comes on before we let them go. What does being a graduate of Salem State and a member of this community mean to you?
I think it means a lot. It means everything. For me, being a graduate of Salem State University is having all that experience. the United States you experience, the culture shock you experience, and everything. So it is going beyond that. That experience is like what the change that Salem State University bring to me, and I can say that that change really, helped me to be who I am right now. And that experience is, I really invite like a lot of like everybody to be, if they can, be part of, if they can come to Salem State University, they can bring their children, they can refer because they will have a great experience, and that experience will stay for life. And for me, it has been a game changer for me.
Well, Sidi, we know you're going to continue to inspire and continue to change the world, and we're very proud to have you as a member of our alumni population and a graduate of the
Thank you so
university.
much.
So please keep doing the great work that you're doing on behalf of your fellow citizens of the Ivory Coast. We know you'll continue to stay in touch. And
I
thank you
will.
again for joining us today. It was great to talk
Of
with you.
course. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And once again, that was Sidi Diarra from the class of 2016 here at Salem State. This has been another episode of It Takes a Viking, the official podcast of the Salem State University Alumni Association. I'm Mike Mitchell, Associate Director of Alumni Relations. And until next time, thanks for watching.